Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we're working stretch therapy again on our external rotators, particularly the piriformis muscle, but always remembering that depending on where that foot is, where your body is in space, you can also be targeting those other 5 external rotators, which are a little bit smaller than the piriformis. And that's what we want. Always trying to mix it up by doing different variations of the same stretch therapy or the same stretch, depending on what you're working with. So today this is working with that P&F, that stretch therapy element of trying to strengthen as well as stretch our external rotators, which are usually quite tight from all that sitting that we do and extended time in chairs and cars. If you imagine this is a bed with quite a lot of height, you approach your bed, say I'm going to use my right leg, you approach it and you stand in front of it and you lift that right knee up and over onto the bed. That left leg then can either be down on the floor, obviously I'm not that high, but that leg can be down on the floor quite easily without having to get back into that split position that we do with the pigeon or swan. The right foot, maybe you can turn it out into that figure 4 shape, so it looks like a 7, doesn't have to be close into the groin. And from here, you bring your hands in front of the leg, in front of the shin, and you just explore leaning forward. Maybe over the knee, maybe over the foot, or anywhere in between. You'll get to a point where you feel a huge stretch in this outer right hip. It's going to be quite intense. It's the external rotators. So depending where you are in space, whatever's on the bed, usually it'll be the knee, the shin, the foot, we're going to push this leg down. Push it down into the bed using your leg strength. You'll feel it kick into the muscles here that we're trying to stretch. They all of a sudden start to contract to create that strength, that resistance. Let it soften. Breath in and out. Maybe you can move deeper into the shape to get a deeper stretch. So we're fatiguing the muscle to move deeper into that stretch of these muscles. So after 10-second break, we do it again. Knee, shin, foot, push it down into the floor, holding it down. 5 to 6 seconds, maybe you want to do a super round at 10. Release it, soften. Maybe you can change the position, or maybe the heel, the leg can go a little higher, that figure 7 shape, or a little bit different. And we're going to do one more resistance. Pushing that leg down, holding it. Breathing, maybe the back leg if it's on the floor, if it's not, you can do any kind of movement with that back left leg and that can change the way you feel that stretch in that front hip. Release the resistance wherever you're at. So a good 10-second pause at the end so the brain, the nervous system, everything can respond. And if you are on a bed, you can always roll off or roll over to your side and ease onto your back. I'm going to just gently come off. Release the leg if you need to move about. If you're working both legs, we'll bring the other leg up. So I'm working now with my left leg. So my left knee comes forward onto the bed. I let that right leg just sit back off the bed. Obviously, if you use your imagination, maybe my heel can slide out away from my groin. Again, each side's going to be a bit different. Maybe you can move over to that foot and lean forward. Try to keep that flat back. Try not to just gently curl in, flexing in, because that can lose the stretch. We're finding it, trying to feel it in that outer left hip. Again, maybe you're going out towards the knee. You explore. Listen and sense into your body. Where does that give you the best stretch in that outer left hip, external rotators? Now, if you're working the P&F stretch, that resistance, the ankle, the knee, the shin, push it down into the bed. As you push that front leg down, you should feel it in that outer hip, that outer left hip. We're doing the left leg, holding for 5 to 6 seconds. Some of you might even like to go for 10. It's a super round. You relax it, you soften, and maybe then you can go deeper. We have a 10-second pause. And we're doing it again. So the ankle, the knee, the shin at the front, whatever's touching the bed, Push it down, resist down. Using your leg, you'll feel the outer hip contract. It's working the muscles that we're trying to stretch. Soften it. See if you can go deep into the stretch. Maybe you need to explore a bit left, a bit right. And one more. That front leg. Push it down into the floor. Wherever that other leg is, so for me, I like to just try to tuck my toe. I lift my knee off the ground. Obviously, I'm closer to the ground, but even if you're on the bed, maybe doing that on the bed will also give you an extended and deeper stretch in that outer hip. You're resisting down, 5 to 10 seconds and let it soften. So 3 maximum, twice a week is enough. Maybe you get to a point where you want to do it 3 times, but it's good to have a few days in between to let these muscles just ease off and rebuild. We're breaking down the tissue to help build back strength. And then when you're ready, slowly come off the bed, just gently pushing yourself back, easing off the bed, gently mindful of your joints, the knees. So another example of our stretch therapy on the piriformis muscle, but also working other external rotator muscles too. The position your foot is in, the position the body is, where that heel is it close, is it further away, can add different elements of the stretch to those other external rotator muscles as well. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.